Hello and welcome back to a Mario Kart Wii. We're in the last episode. We played through the Shell Cup on 50cc, and so we are going to be racing through the Banana Cup on 50cc, and we are going to be using a large character today. We are going to be using... we'll use Donkey Kong. The reason we're using a large character, or sorry, heavyweight character, is because I want to use the Piranha Prowler, which we unlocked on Friday, but I didn't get to show off, so we're going to use it now. And using manual transmission, let's start up the Banana Cup with Sherbert Land from Nintendo 64, Shy Guy Beach from the Game Boy Advance, Delfino Square from Nintendo DS, and Waluigi Stadium from the GameCube. Let's do it. That was pretty good. Oh, that was a voice crack, is what we call that. That was a pretty good start. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What? King Boo, you just sent me straight into that penguin. I don't like you for that. Okay, give me that item box. Thank you. Oh, well, we're just off to a great start today, aren't we? Okay. Well, in case any star rank, we had a chance of getting goodbye because after the amount of times we just fell off the. Oh, great. You just bullet billed past me. Fantastic. Okay. Well, this isn't looking too good for us, but there's still 2 laps to go. I'm sure we'll be able to make some sort of a comeback beforehand. Hey, we're using the same car, but I was too distracted by the car to notice that. Okay, is there? I don't even think there's really a great mushroom spot on this map, so let's just do that and cut across the straightaway. And please don't bullet bill me. Thank you very much. So anyway, Sherbert Land or Sherbert Land, whatever. I didn't used to like this track. I'll be truthful on that. I didn't. The drifting screwed me. I outside drifted into it. That's great. And nope, didn't escape that either. That's fantastic. Okay. So I didn't used to like it just because it was very slippery and I didn't used to be able to get a very good hold of my car when I was... Nope, don't drift in that penguin again. When I was racing on this one. But since then I've come to like it because, you know, it's a nice little... jump over. Okay, I actually pulled it off. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off, but we did it. Now we're back and forth. Now all we have to do is hold it. No, bad Koopa Troopa. You stay out of my... and Wario, while we're at it, you stay out of my first place. Thank you very much. Okay, that was a close one. We're just gonna keep doing... Nope, stop it. Stop it. Go ahead, try to draft me one more time. Go ahead, see what happens. See what happens. Tell you what happens. This happens. Oh, he bounced into it. That's amazing. I didn't used to like it because of how slippery the ice was, and also these penguins were screwing me a lot. But since then I've come to like it, it's a very pretty level going through the just driving across the ice itself is very pretty, and then once you get inside the cave, it's a whole amount because I don't know. I've always had a stop. You're getting pretty close to me there, buddy. I've always had a thing for these arcane mystical caves. I don't know. It's just I guess it might just be a me thing. Also, I was always hopeful that you'd be able to get out to the penguin in the middle of the track somehow, but unfortunately, without using cheats, or not, sorry, without hacking the game, unfortunately, it is not a possibility. Also, I like when the lightning strikes, the penguins do a little spinny move. That's a nice little detail. And also, of course, another thing I like about this is that it doesn't really feel like a track. It should technically because, you know, you're just going around you are just going around a circle along the track, so technically it should feel like a very closed-in course, but it doesn't. It feels like a very... I guess just because of how big the area you can drive in, it feels like a very wide-open space for you to go around and explore. Oh, and also the other fact is that if you fall, as you saw earlier, if you fall off this track into the water in the middle, and you will come back as an ice cube. It will freeze you. It's kind of similar to Super Mario Galaxy, where if you fall into the ice not as Ice Mario, like I mean you can't fall into the ice as Ice Mario, so it does that. If you fall into the ice water and freeze flame, you will like actually start to take damage because of how cold the water is. So it's kind of something. Also, we went from almost dead last to, well, not okay. Still in first. Also, I didn't just realized the penguin in the middle also does a little spinny thing when the lightning strikes. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty content with this. We started off in a really bad position and then made our way back up to the first. I don't know if this is going to be enough to get us that star rank, but I can dream. I suppose I thought I was going to fall off the edge, but fortunately that didn't happen. Also, look at the front of the piranha plow, the mouth's going up and down. So cool. Anyway, okay, so that is this done. Next race. That was a really good start off. Okay, Shy Guy Beach. Love this course. Love this course. It is basically the polar opposite of Sherbert in the sense that one was a really icy cold area with penguins, and then this is a bright, shiny, warm beach resort. I guess not resort, but beach. So completely opposite in terms of climate, but even then, but still, and I love them both pretty much equally. Just this just because it's very pretty to look at the palm trees in the background and the waves rushing in the distance. I mean, the water does look a little cartoony, but that's pretty much the style they're going for, just because it is, you know, emulating the Game Boy edition of this game. So, it works fine for me. I'm actually kind of a big fan of the cartoony style that they go for here. It seems to blend well with the rest of the game's art style. And then, of course, you have the giant pirate ship in the background that's, you know, shooting out bombs towards the beach that you have to watch out for. So it's just all the attention to detail. And even look, the sidesteppers from the original Mario Brothers, not the Super Mario Brothers, the Mario Brothers, the arcade game, which I played Disney Quest actually, but that doesn't exist anymore. But I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, sidesteppers made it into this course, so that's fun. Yeah, there's that pirate ship. Okay, there it is. Hello, pirate ship. How you doing today? Disney Quest was a fun thing. I missed that a lot. I just, like, and you may think it's because, oh look, well, arcade games, if you wanted to spend your Disney vacation playing arcade games, sucks to be you. No, because if that was the case, I wouldn't be mad, because I could just play the arcade games in the hotels. That's decidedly not what obsessed me. What obsessed me is because they had such cool technology stuff there. They had, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride was freaking awesome, because it was you and a team of people got to work together to try to bring down enemy ships. It was a full 360-degree environment around you. One person, okay, let's try to get this. Nope. One day we'll perfect that. One person's on the wheel, the other people are on the cannons. It was a lot of fun to do with just your family or your friends. The virtual jungle cruise was cool in concept, but I mean, wasn't very responsive. Like when you tried to paddle, the airbag beneath you didn't always respond. But it was still a really cool concept, and I always made sure to do it. Cyberspace Mountain, freaking incredible. You just the ability to completely customize your own roller coaster. Blah, beautiful. Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blaster. Me and my friend and I had an absolute blast doing it. That was the best time ever, because we had a lot of teamwork doing that. We made a lot of great progress. So one of us was on the wheel, the other one was loading. So when I was behind the wheel, I was doing a lot of crazy maneuvers to try to get us out of dangerous situations and get over to where balls were, so that my friend could actually take them out of the front and put them into the cannon and start shooting people. Oh, that was so good. What else is? I never did Ride the Cosmics or Ride the Comet or whatever that one thing was on the 4th and 5th floors, the little cars where you put on the virtual reality stuff. I never did that, but we'll talk more about this in next race. The other one they had there was Invasion, an extraterrestrial encounter. That was fun, you know, kind of. I mean, if you had a full squad of 4, then it was really good, just because you had a lot of teamwork. But when my friend and I went, it was just the 2 of us. So I was in control of, I was the pilot and the secondary gunner, like my co-pilot, I guess you could call it. And then he was in control of both fire sticks behind me. So, I mean, we still had a good time doing it, but we both kind of agreed that it was definitely designed to be played with 4 people, not 2. So, you know, we made the best of it, but still, the other stuff we did there was definitely better, without a shadow of a doubt. So, there's that going for. But I completely forgot Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you know how much I love Aladdin, considering how much the new remake pissed me off, but I guess we'll go into that in a little bit. But yeah, that was another one that I completely forgot about that I really, really love. But yeah, we should probably talk about Delfino Square. Delfino Square, another one that oh, there goes my green show. Please don't hit me with anything. I have lost all protection. Another one that I really, really love. The aesthetic of this town, I don't know what it is about it, but I really, really like the aesthetic of the town. Because it starts, you can even see the clothes hanging up there, hanging up to dry. We're coming up to a split up ahead. We went left the first time. We'll go straight this time. Because it takes you through every little section of the town. It takes you through. First, you start up in the big grand open town square. I guess you could suppose. Then I would assume this to be the residential area where all the apartments are, and also because you can see the clothes that are hanging up there. And then you go through, I guess, the marketplace, just because you can see all the shops on display, which is what I'm assuming to be fruit. I think it's fruit. It's food of some kind, I'm assuming. So yeah. Oh dear, nope, stop it. Wrong. Ah, you hit me with the red shell. Trooper, nope, stay right back there. Don't do it. Don't you run that corner, okay? You run the back. I need to not look behind me. Okay, that's great. I need to note to self, don't look behind me. Fourth! Okay, that fifth, that's unacceptable. Baby Daisy, get back here. We need to draft you. Wait, I'm not done drafting you yet. Out of my way. Thank you. Okay. We can do this. We can catch up. We can catch up in time. We can, oh, especially when you have 3 mushrooms. Alright, mushroom number alright, mushroom number 1's getting used here. Number 2 is getting used to cross the dirt here. And then number 3 is going to be used just right now. You know what? I probably should have saved. Damn, darn it! I should have saved it for the shortcut, so I can show you guys a shortcut. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter. I would have lost the mushroom anyway. So, yeah. As I was saying, you go through you start in town square, go to residential, then you have the little marketplace area, and then you go across the bridge to connect back to town square. And if the bridge is fully extended, then it's just it's just a bridge. But if it's up, like it's angled up toward it's just in 2 halves, that's the best part, because then you get to go soaring into the air. I really like Delfino Square. I like pretty much, not pretty much, well, okay, the last track's a little but I love 3 of the 4 tracks out of the Banana Cup. That's a pretty good track record. Anyway, so the new Aladdin remake. Aladdin is not only my favorite Disney movie ever made, but it is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's probably number 2. It's behind Back to the Future and ahead of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And yes, I know Raiders of the Lost Ark is the better picture. It is the objectively better movie, but The Last Crusade just does so much work with Indy's relationship with his father that and also the conclusion it has where they all ride off into the sunset. That means a lot to me. So I like The Last Crusade more than The Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I will readily admit that Raiders of the Lost Ark is a better movie than The Last Crusade. I mean, not by much. It's not like infinitely better, because they're both amazing. But if we have to compare the two, then Raiders of the Lost Ark will come on top of Last Crusade. Anyway, next race. Yeah, so because Aladdin ranks so high on my scale, it kind of pains me to see that they're remaking it because lol money. I will say this. The actors all did an incredible job. Will Smith was amazing. The thing is, I was never one of the people who said Will Smith shouldn't be the role. I loved him in Men in Black. I love him in pretty much everything he does. So I never had a problem with Will Smith being the person to portray the genie. My problem was with the CGI artists and the brain-dead people who actually thought that design was a good idea. But no, the actor himself I never ever had a problem with, so I was really pleased with his performance. It took me a little bit to get used to Mane of a Suit as Aladdin, but he grew on me over time, and Naomi Scott rocked the role as Jasmine. But it's just what they did to the plots and the characters, just, oh my god. I like what they did with Jasmine. I was admittedly a little skeptical at first as to how they were going to handle everything, but then I started to see, I was like, okay, actually I like this. I like that Jasmine wants to rule Agrabah. I actually like that change to her character. But what they did to everybody else, just, oh my god. Like, the final battle against Jafar, rather than, first off, Aladdin is never portrayed as an intelligent human. First off, okay, so, there's so much wrong with it. I keep, like, coming up with one point and then immediately being reminded of another point. he somehow creates a Rube Goldberg machine-esque device in order to get into his house. Like, how did you do that? I don't know. I don't know how you did that. Where'd you get the resources to do that? I don't know. I don't know. So, and then when you get up there, there's like a blanket covering everything. What good is that blanket gonna do? Like, it doesn't cover the walls or anything. It just covers the floor. So what's gonna if somebody comes up there, they're gonna lift up the blanket to see everything. So why is like what are you trying to hide? Also, there's a disco ball. Like what? What? I don't know. And it's just there's a lot. I could make a whole video about what was wrong with the Aladdin remake, but the music was good, the actors were good, the music was good, and visually the film was beautiful. But the characters, the plot, it was all just it was all just trash around every corner. And the Lion King isn't. I can't even say the Lion King is gonna have those benefits because there are no. I mean, there's voice actors, but it's like. Have you guys seen the trailer? Have you heard Scar speak? It's like there's no... Look, okay. I recently saw Detective Pikachu. Okay, not recently, about a month, 2 months ago, actually at the time that you guys are seeing this, but whatever. Excuse me. It'd be almost 2 months ago by the time you're seeing this. So, I hated that movie with a burning passion of 1,000 suns. It was actually terrible. It was made to appeal to Pokemon fans who were like, look at all of my favorite Pokemon on the screen. I know this because I went to see the movie with Forget 45, who was a big Pokemon fan, and that was basically the only thing she could defend about the movie. It's like, oh, look at all the Pokemon. And it's just like, okay, but what about the plot? What about the characters? What about everything else? So, if you liked it because you got to see all your favorite Pokemon, great, but don't try to tell me it's a good movie, because it's just not. But anyway, the reason why I bring it up is because there's a little thing on the internet saying Pikachu gets his plan rejected versus Simba's dad dies, and it's comparing Detective Pikachu already like shows so much emotion in that scene. Like I will say this without a shadow of a doubt, the visual effects team who made Detective Pikachu, hands down, phenomenal, absolutely amazing CGI work, and I will give credit where credit is due. The emotion they showed around every scene of the movie is incredible. So to compare that to a scene, like, it's just Pikachu getting his plan rejected, to Simba's dad dying, and Simba barely shows any expression, like, barely shows any emotion at all. It's just like, what's the point? But that's my Disney rant for today. In summary, Aladdin's music was great, the actors were great, the visual effects were great, but what they did to the plot and characters is just, oh my god. And then The Lion King's gonna be even worse. Oh, also, Waluigi Stadium, don't like the color scheme. It feels very dry and lifeless. And that's about all I have to say about Waluigi Stadium. Let's go to the award ceremony. You got first place. Did we get the star rank? Somehow we still keep getting star ranks. I have no idea how. You won trophies in the 50cc Shell Cup and Banana Cup. Congratulations, you can now play the 50cc Leaf Cup. And that's going to do this episode of Mario Kart Wii. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time, and I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Mario Kart Wii. Goodbye!